Long before the Pandavas were born, before the famous age of the Kuru had even begun, a king once lost his heart to a woman so radiant that she seemed beyond human reach. Hello dear viewers, welcome back to Kathayogam. In the previous episode, the Pandavas encountered the Gandharva Angaraparna on the banks of the Ganga. What began as a battle ended in friendship, and the Gandharva, now known as Chitraratha, revealed that the Kuru Dynasty descended from Tapati, the daughter of Surya. But who was Tapati, and how did a daughter of the sun become the mother of the Kuru Dynasty? Tonight, Vaishampayana narrates an ancient story of love, longing and divine blessing. Please take a moment of your precious time to subscribe to our channel. It costs you nothing, but your support will help us bring more captivating stories from the treasure trove of Indian epics to you. In the court of Janamejaya, Vaishampayana continued his narration of the conversation between Chitraratha and the Pandavas. Sitting beside the river bank, the Pandavas listened as Chitraratha began speaking of Tapati, the radiant daughter of Surya, the sun god. Among all women of heavenly and earthly realms, her beauty was said to be unmatched. She possessed the brilliance of the rising sun, yet there was gentleness in her presence like the warmth of morning light. Surya loved his daughter deeply and searched for a husband worthy of her. But no king, sage or celestial being seemed equal to Tapati, and so she remained beside her father in the celestial realms. At that time, there ruled a king named Samvarana, born in the great lineage of Bharata, the royal line that would later come to be known as the Kuru Dynasty. He was noble, disciplined and skilled in battle, wise in governance and respected by his people. Samvarana ruled his kingdom with strength and dignity. But like many kings of that age, Samvarana often travelled into forests for hunting. One such journey would change the course of his life forever. One day, while hunting deep within the mountains and forests, Samvarana became separated from his soldiers. His horse grew weak from exhaustion and eventually collapsed upon the earth. The king continued alone through the silent wilderness, and there, upon a lonely mountain path, he saw her. A maiden of extraordinary beauty stood before him. Her radiance seemed to brighten the forest around her. For a moment, Samvarana could not move. He had never seen anyone like her. The king approached slowly, unable to take his eyes away from the mysterious woman. But before he could learn who she was, Tapati disappeared from his sight. The sudden disappearance of the maiden left Samvarana overwhelmed. Her image remained fixed within his mind. The king wandered through the forest searching for her again and again, calling out into the empty wilderness. But Tapati did not return. Exhausted by longing and grief, Samvarana finally collapsed upon the ground. Moved by his suffering, Tapati appeared before him once more. The king pleaded to know who she was. Tapati then revealed that she was the daughter of Surya. Samvarana was captivated by her and proposed to marry her. But she explained that she could not choose her husband by her own will. Only her father Surya could decide whom she would marry. Having spoken these words, she disappeared once again, and Samvarana was left alone. Samvarana could no longer think of his kingdom his duties, or anything else in the world. His heart remained fixed upon Tapati. Unable to return to his normal life, he stayed upon the mountain in deep sorrow. At last, he turned his thoughts towards Surya himself. With devotion and discipline, Samvarana began worshipping the sun god, hoping to gain Surya's approval and win Tapati's hand in marriage. Days passed, then months. Still, the king remained there in prayer, constantly longing for Surya's blessings. Far away, the people of the kingdom began to worry about their missing king. In time, the great sage Vasishtha, the chief priest and spiritual guide of King Samvarana, learned what had happened. Understanding the depth of Samvarana's feelings, the sage travelled to the celestial realms and approached Surya. Vasishtha spoke on behalf of the king and requested Tapati's hand in marriage. Surya respected the great sage deeply, and seeing Samvarana's devotion and sincerity, he agreed. Tapati was given in marriage to the king. United at last, Samvarana and Tapati withdrew into the forests and mountains. There, far away from royal life, they retreated deep into the wilderness to spend joyous time together, completely forgetting the world around them. The king forgot his kingdom entirely, and while the king remained absent, chaos and ruin slowly began to rise within the land. Without its ruler, the kingdom suffered. The skies turned dry and the rains failed. Famine spread across the land. The people struggled in hardship and fear. Seeing the suffering of the people, sage Vasishtha once again intervened. He approached Samvarana and reminded him of his duty as a king. A ruler, he explained, could not remain separated from his responsibilities forever. Samvarana understood his mistake. Together with Tapati, he returned to his kingdom and resumed his role. Peace and prosperity slowly returned to the land, and from their union was born the mighty Prince Kuru. He ruled with such strength, wisdom and righteousness that the Bharata lineage eventually came to be known as the Kuru Dynasty. Generations later, from that same bloodline would arise Bhishma, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. As Chitraratha completed the tale, the Pandavas listened in silence. What had begun as a simple question had revealed the ancient roots of their own dynasty. The story of Tapati and Samvarana was not merely a tale of love. It was the beginning of the Kuru race itself. The sacred river flowed quietly beside them as the night slowly passed. And with the coming dawn, the Pandavas prepared once again to continue their journey toward Panchala. Ahead of them waited the grand swayamvara of Draupadi, but the roads leading there were already filling with kings, warriors, and destiny that awaited. The Pandavas are finally nearing Panchala. Kings and princes from across Bharatavansha are gathering for Draupadi's swayamvara. A challenge unlike any other had been prepared. And hidden among the gathered Brahmanas, the sons of Pandu are about to step into the turning point of their lives. See you in the next episode.
If you appreciate our work, please like and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notified when we upload a new episode.